China's WZ-7, Soaring Dragon, the silent predator, dominating the Pacific skies. In the vast expanse of the Pacific, a new shadow has begun to move across the clouds, sleek, silent, and almost invisible to the naked eye. It glides thousands of feet above the ocean, scanning, observing, and collecting data with surgical precision. This isn't a scene from a science fiction film. It's reality. A new player has entered the stage of aerial warfare, and it's turning heads across the world. The drone's name, the WZ-7 Soaring Dragon, developed by China, the WZ-7, represents a new leap forward in the evolution of unmanned aerial systems. Silent yet powerful, advanced yet efficient, this drone is more than just a machine. It's a message that says China is ready to take its dominance in aerial intelligence and surveillance to new heights, both literally and strategically. A new era of aerial power, the WZ-7, also known by its NATO designation Soaring Dragon, is China's response to decades of Western air superiority. It's a high-altitude, long-endurance, hail, reconnaissance drone designed for intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance missions, often abbreviated as ISR. At first glance, it might remind you of the American RQ-4 Global Hawk, a legendary surveillance drone used extensively by the United States Air Force. However, looks can be deceiving. While the Global Hawk remains a gold standard in long-range reconnaissance, the WZ-7 introduces its own unique blend of innovation, stealth, and cost-effectiveness, making it not just a competitor, but a potential game-changer. Design and engineering excellence. Let's talk about what makes the WZ-7 stand out. Its futuristic blended-wing body design isn't just for aesthetics, it's the key to its aerodynamic efficiency. The long, slender wings reduce drag, allowing the drone to reach altitudes of up to 60,000 feet, higher than most commercial airliners and beyond the reach of many traditional air defense systems. At such high altitudes, the WZ-7 becomes nearly untouchable, capable of surveying vast regions of ocean and land while staying completely out of reach. From that height, it can capture breathtakingly detailed imagery using its synthetic aperture radar, SAR, and electro-optical sensors. Whether it's day or night, clear or stormy, the Soaring Dragon never blinks. But altitude isn't its only strength. Endurance is another. The WZ-7 can stay in the air for more than 10 hours, continuously gathering and transmitting data back to command centers on the ground. This makes it ideal for monitoring entire fleets, border movements, and long-term surveillance operations without the need for refueling or human intervention. The technology beneath the wings, under the hood, or rather, under its composite skin. The WZ-7 carries some of China's most advanced sensor technologies. Its high-resolution imaging systems can spot and track moving objects with precision from miles away. Combined with real-time data transmission, this drone gives the Chinese military what every modern force desires most: situational awareness. Its synthetic aperture radar is capable of penetrating clouds, fog, and even light camouflage, ensuring that not even poor weather can hide enemy assets. Meanwhile, its electronic intelligence, ELINT, capabilities allow it to intercept communications, radar emissions, and electronic signatures, effectively mapping the electromagnetic battlefield in real time. While the American Global Hawk may still lead in range and total endurance, the Chinese WZ-7 emphasizes stealth, affordability, and deployability. In other words, while one Global Hawk may carry out a mission, China could deploy several WZ-7s at once, saturating an area with overlapping coverage. In the age of swarm tactics and distributed warfare, numbers matter just as much as individual capability, a strategic weapon for a strategic region. The WZ-7 isn't just a technical marvel, it's a strategic asset. It's most active and symbolic. Deployment zone is the South China Sea, a region brimming with tension and geopolitical rivalries. With multiple nations, including the Philippines, Vietnam, and Malaysia, contesting maritime territories, and with the United States conducting freedom of navigation operations, the South China Sea has become one of the most heavily monitored regions on Earth. Here, the WZ-7's true value shines. Flying quietly above disputed reefs, artificial islands, and naval formations, it acts as China's unblinking eye, watching every movement, every ship, and every aircraft that enters its zone of interest. From tracking U.S. carrier strike groups to identifying submarines surfacing for routine operations, the Soaring Dragon transforms data into dominance. Imagine a real-time scenario. A WZ-7 drone cruising 55,000 feet above the South China Sea detects the movement of an American destroyer. Within seconds, it relays that information to Chinese naval command centers and missile systems on nearby islands. That destroyer's position could now be targeted with extreme precision. In modern warfare, seconds can make the difference between deterrence and escalation, and the WZ-7 gives China those seconds. The invisible web, China's networked drone strategy. What makes the WZ-7 even more formidable is that it's not alone. China has developed an extensive network of integrated drones, satellites, and command systems that function as a single ecosystem. The WZ-7 serves as a high-altitude node within that system, feeding intelligence to lower-altitude drones like the CH-4 and Winglong-2, which can carry out strike missions. This layered structure allows for seamless coordination. High altitude. Drones detect and track targets. Mid-level drones confirm and engage, and satellites provide overarching communication and control. The result is a real-time surveillance and strike web capable of overwhelming even advanced defense systems. This is part of China's broader informationized warfare doctrine, where dominance in data, communication, and observation is seen as more important than brute firepower. In the digital battle space, information is ammunition, and the WZ-7 is one of China's most sophisticated bullets. Challenges for rivals. How do you stop a soaring dragon? Now let's flip the perspective. If you're sitting in the control room of a rival nation, how do you counter such an elusive threat? Traditional methods, like radar-based interception or surface-to-air missiles, become less effective at such high altitudes. Even advanced systems like the Patriot or S-400 face challenges when dealing with a target flying at the edge of the atmosphere. Cyber warfare and electronic jamming could provide alternatives. Disrupting the drone's communication links or GPS signals might force it to abort missions or lose contact. However, modern Chinese drones like the WZ-7 are designed with anti-jamming systems and autonomous navigation, making them resistant to such interference. Another potential countermeasure is deploying stealth aircraft like the F-35 or F-22 Raptor to intercept these drones. But this raises a cost-benefit dilemma. Is it worth using a $100 million fighter jet and risking pilot safety to down a relatively inexpensive unmanned vehicle? The balance of efficiency clearly tilts in China's favor, a symbol of ambition. And power, the WZ-7 isn't just a surveillance drone, it's a symbol of China's rising global ambition. It represents a shift from a defensive regional power to an assertive technological leader. By mastering the skies, China is asserting control not only over its borders, but over the very information that shapes global military decision-making. Its presence sends a clear message. China doesn't just want to participate in global defense innovation, it wants to lead it. And for countries like the United States, Japan, and Australia, that's a message that cannot be ignored. A new frontier of warfare. As drone technology advances, the boundary between peace and conflict becomes increasingly blurred. A single drone's incursion into contested airspace could trigger diplomatic fallout or even armed confrontation. In the modern era, a war might not start with a missile. It might start with a drone transmission. The WZ-7 Soaring Dragon embodies this new frontier, where surveillance, cyber intelligence, and precision combine into a new form of power projection. It's not just about who has the biggest guns anymore. It's about who can see first, act first, and adapt fastest. The future of the skies as nations across the globe rush to develop counter-drone systems and artificial intelligence-driven defense networks. One thing becomes clear: the WZ-7 has redefined the rules. Whether it's a threat, a challenge, or a technological milestone depends on which side of the radar you stand on. But one fact remains undeniable. The soaring dragon has taken flight, and the world is watching. From the Pacific to the Pentagon, from naval fleets to intelligence agencies, eyes are turning upward, not toward the stars, but toward the silent machine that could reshape the balance of global power. So, what do you think? Is the WZ-7 the future of warfare, or just the beginning of something even more dangerous? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this deep dive insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more detailed breakdowns of cutting-edge military technology and defense updates.